Our lives is a physical manifestation of what is going on in our mind. Do you know that the unconscious conversations that you have with yourself is affecting and influencing what is happening in your life? Hi, welcome once again to my channel, Relationship Matters with Modupe Eka. In this channel, we discuss everything that pertains to our relationship. Relationship is life. And because the relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship, because of that, we look into personal development. We look into those things that can sabotage our relationship with ourselves. Without a healthy self-relationship, you cannot interact appropriately with other people. Today, we're going to be looking at releasing limiting beliefs and those patterns that cause us to self-sabotage our successes. If you are new to this channel, remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you are a returning subscriber, please remember to leave a comment for me. I appreciate every one of you. Our mind is the most powerful tool that we possess. It is the key that unlocks any door that you want opened in life. Ironically, it can also be our worst enemy that keeps us bound by invisible shackles, making sure that you never enjoy the life of success and abundance that you deserve. What then is limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs, simply put, are deep-rooted beliefs which have been programmed into your mind from childhood. They are beliefs that are not necessarily true, but they have the power to sabotage your successes in life. Issues at the root of limiting beliefs are almost always viewed as permanent, things that cannot be changed, absolute, things that the condition is resistance to any form of change. They are often viewed by the person that believes it as absolute. A good example of a limiting belief for my age group is how we were groomed. We were groomed to believe that we should go to school, work hard, and get a job. And we had the idea of working hard and getting a job as absolute way to success. However, this time and age, our children are showing us that success is not always predicted on the notion of hard work. A lot of them are redefining what success means to us, especially those that are in the digital space. Technology has come to disrupt that notion completely. People are now working smart instead of hard, brutal labor that we were groomed to believe in. Another very common source of limiting belief is destructive criticism. Destructive criticism has destroyed people much more than all the world wars put together. When a child that is under your care, you constantly pour out destructive criticism on that child. Destructive criticism affects the core of a person's personality. That person grows up to believe those things that you have poured into their life. For example, a mother that constantly tells a child, you can never do well. A mother that constantly tells a child, you are a fool, idiot, We call our children by negative names. Don't forget, you are the authority figure over the child. The child is growing up to believe that I can't do well. Oh, I'm a fool. There are studies of people that have been in prison, and they tell us that my father told me that one day I will end up in prison. And somehow, maybe the father is dead, or that child will find himself in prison. Because what we constantly hear is what we believe. This belief may not necessarily be true, but it forms our view of the world. We begin to look at the world from the lens of those beliefs that we have, and it has a way of manifesting in our lives. So, limiting beliefs are not necessarily the truth. Most often, they are never the truth. But because it has been programmed into us unconsciously, when it is time to achieve any success, that belief stops you and sabotage your success, and you will never rise above that belief. So we want to look at how to uncover it, release it, and move past limiting beliefs. We'll be looking at three simple but very profound steps of how to release limiting beliefs. At the beginning of this video, I said to us that our life is a physical manifestation of what is going on in our mind. The first step to releasing limiting beliefs, therefore, is stand guard at the door of your mind. Yes, stand guard at the door of your mind. Nobody purposely feed themselves with rotten food. Why then do we often feed our mind with toxic conversation? Standing guard at the door of your mind means that you are very conscious of what you listen to, the conversations you partake in, and the thoughts and imaginations that goes on in your mind. Number two, program your conscious mind. The thought you're thinking is affecting the way you feel. Once you begin to notice that what you're feeling or thinking is affecting your way you feel, if, for example, you suddenly feel depressed, consciously look inward and ask yourself, what am I thinking of? At that instance, you will find out that you are probably thinking of something negative. Shift your thoughts from negative to positive and empowering thoughts immediately. And you will find out that your feelings will also change. This strategy helps us to move from negative thoughts to positive and empowering thoughts. We are affected by what we say, think, what we listen to, the conversations we listen to, we participate in. All triggers our thoughts. Our thoughts triggers additional thoughts, which triggers images and our emotions, which leads to behavior, and behavior controls our lives. Finally, program your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the mind that is powered by your deep-seated beliefs. To unprogram deep-seated beliefs, you have to necessarily confront the origin of those beliefs. You need to sit down and think back. Where does this belief originated from? It could be cultural, it could be negative criticism, it can be just what is accepted in the society that you belong to. Whatever and wherever it came from, you need to go back to the origin and, if need be, For example, if it is an authority figure that has spoken negatively into your life, you need to sit down, go back, and relive maybe that moment in time when that person said that word. First, you just look at, smile, and forgive that person for that wrong word that has been programmed into your life. Yes, releasing it comes from the place of forgiveness. Forgive that person. After all, nobody has authority over your life. It is what God says over you that can stand, not what a man pronounced over you. When you release that person, then you begin to speak positive words into your life. I always recommend positive affirmations to do this type of release. You can take a pen and paper and write those things that you want to see in your life. For instance, maybe an authority figure has told you you can never do well. You just remember that the Word of God says you are a star of the Most High God. The Word of God says you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You begin to write the promises of God concerning your life. Put your name at it and read it over yourself every day. You can do this for 30 days, 45 days at most, and you would find out by the time you begin to say those positive affirmations over your life, your mind will suddenly begin to accept that positive notion. Remember, it was said over your life, but it was not the truth. So, our mind loves the sound of our voice. And when you begin to speak positively to yourself, remember we said the unconscious conversation that we are having with ourselves is manifesting in our life. So you now make it a conscious conversation, replacing negative with positive. And over time, you will be able to overcome those beliefs that, after all, they are not the truth. They are not absolute. It is just what that you have been programmed to believe. So, take responsibility for your life today. Think back if there are such negative beliefs that are affecting your life. Replace it with positive affirmation. Speak over your life. And if, peradventure, you are a parent or an authority figure that is speaking negative words over the life of children that you are taking care of, please stop it. Like I said, destructive criticism has destroyed many destinies much more than even the wars have done. Take responsibility today. Do what is right. Speak positive over the life of everyone that you come across. Speak positively over your own life, and your life will not remain the same. If you have enjoyed this video, if you've learned one or two things, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Leave a comment for me. Until I come your way another time, keep taking charge. Remember, nobody else would take the heat from you. You have to be responsible for yourself. Bye. See you another time.